And they're called this because they're pretty reliable indicators of direction, and what they do, they tend to grow towards the south. And to show you how parched and dry and nutrient deficient this soil is, it's taken these little cactuses probably about 75 years just to get to this size. But you don't really want to rely on just one of these, but you see a few of them growing in the same direction. That's a pretty good indication that south is that way. And if I always know where south is, I can keep myself in a straight line while I'm heading for that river. The Moab is part of the Great Basin Desert, the highest desert in the US and the furthest north. It experiences extreme changes in temperature, and at night it can drop as low as 40 degrees. The heat of the day now is beginning to die, thank God, but in a few hours it's going to start to get really cold. I need materials for a fire. And whenever you're rooting around like this, getting anything, you've got to be so careful just for any snakes that camouflage them so well in the undergrowth. With the temperature dropping, I'll need to get a fire started soon. But dusk is also a good time to go hunting for food. The Moab is home to a dozen different types of snake, and they are all edible. I'm gonna try and catch one for dinner. I'm just gonna see if I can just find something to eat and replace some of these calories that I'm losing out here. All the snakes really, in the heat of the day, they'll be tucked away hidden in the shade, but at this time they're out, they're nocturnal hunters, and they're looking for food, just like me. Whoa, 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 look, here we go. It's a little rattler. And this is a good size little rattlesnake here. And to catch a snake, use a rock to stun it, then pin its head to the ground with a stick and crush its skull. Yeah, this is a faded midget. They're called faded midgets because their patterning is very undistinct, it's very faded, which means they camouflage brilliantly into all of this sand and rock. These are highly venomous snakes, and you've got to be very careful with these guys. Wow, listen to that rattle. That's just her warning saying keep back. But she's looking straight at me here. This sort of snake, if it bit you and didn't get treatment, it could well kill you. In a life or death situation, I'd have to kill the snake to survive. But the faded midget is a protected species. Tonight, I'm going hungry. Snakes aren't the only creatures that come out at night. Mountain lions do their hunting in the dark as well. They're extremely rare, but this is just the sort of terrain they like. My number one priority is to get a fire going. It'll keep me warm and ward off any predators. It's got noticeably colder now, but I've got a really good tinder nest here. I've got my kindling from that rabbit brush, and I've got my flint that I always try and carry with me. The key with a fire is to nurture it when it's small. It's amazing when you're all alone, just how much strength you draw from having a fire.